Here at Chicago, Week 5 of this Big 3 season. After the conclusion of our broadcast, head over to Fubo Sports Network to catch the rest of today's Big 3 action. First, the Boston Bullhogs face DMV Trilogy, followed by the Detroit Amps and the Houston Rickhands. Here on CBS, Ed Cohen, Jim Jackson, Chris Haynes, O'Shea Jackson Jr. with you. And the Triplets, their home game for the season, trying to get to 5-0. They lead 23-12, and Harrell with 17 already for Chicago. He's out there with Barbosa and Amir Johnson. Nice crowd today here on the near south side of the Windy City. Wintrust Arena, home of DePaul and the Chicago Sky.
I tell you what, I know Chicago been hit with the smoke and air quality from the fires that came from Canada. But yesterday outside, just walking around the streets, it's such a beautiful city.
It is.
I mean, in the summertime, and speak about beauty, the game right now that Harold's putting together.
Halftime in this one. What a start for the Triplets. The approval of the doctor. 25-12, trying to get to 5-0 and sit all alone in first place. All right, Jim's favorite
there
place
we go.
on earth.
Come on. You know I had one already, baby.
Salt pretzel. Chicago by 13. All right, Would you grade it on a scale of 5 or 10? What's the score?
It's on a 5. So you get 5 pretzel stars. That's
Okay.
what it is. So I gave this one a 3.5.
Not bad.
3.5.
It takes a lot to get into the 4 range.
Yeah, it takes a lot. You got to be special.
All right. From pretzels to the monster ball-out plays of the first half. They're presented by Mixed Drinks Company. Trez, take it away.
So it's plays by number 5, period. I mean, just the combination of outside shooting, power inside, some strength, some finesse. Montrez Basic has been the show. And smart by Dr. J, too, by putting it in a situation where Montrez has the help around him to give him the space to work. But if you're LA being short-handed, you got to figure out a way when he gets the ball, especially deep, to get it out of his hands. You just do. If the other players beat you, then you pat him on the back, on the butt, and say, good shot. But if you continue to let Montrez have his space, it's going to be over quick.
And those ball-out plays of the half presented by Mixed Drinks Energy. Chris Haynes with more. Chris.
Guys, as it pertains to Jordan Crawford, he's one of the rare Big 3 stars we have in this league that during the course of a game, he calls to sub himself out about 3 or 4 times a game. But being at the fact that the Riot have been shorthanded last week and this week, it has forced him to play the entire game. And look at tonight, he's guarding Montrezl Harrell at stints, and I think it's affecting his shoot. He is 3 of 13 from the field in that first half.
Good stuff, Chris, because Crawford is the key, especially with Dwight being out and not being healthy, hasn't helped. And he's had some wide open shots, just not able to knock it in. I mean, listen, you got to creep your way back into this game. First, you got to get multiple stops. You got to see some action out of Kufis and can Preston find his offense. I mean, there's a lot of ifs here going and questions for the Riot.
Preston for 3 off glass, in and out. Rebound Harrell. Well, it's got to go up to go in. Harrell with Johnson and Barbosa. Step back, mid-range, off the mark. Amir Johnson saves, and it's back to Trez.
So I think
10 to shoot.
I think Coach O'Shea Jackson has something he wants to add to this. What you got, Coach?
Yeah, I was just thinking about how, this triplets team finally at full strength.
Yeah.
They're looking scary. And we here at the Big 3, we kind of have the feeling of a collision course of Dallas and Chicago. Dallas really, shooting themselves in the foot earlier with the free throws missing. I think it was at a point where if they would have made all their free throws, the game would have been over. But now I'm starting to think, if Kufis and Dwight can get together, could this be a team to throw a wrench in things? Because Chicago at full health is looking amazing right now.
Well, let me ask you this, O'Shea. You've been around this and you know this. Is this the Chicago team one of the more complete teams, and they haven't won anything yet, that we've seen in the Big 3?
Yeah, they got the size, they got the mental fortitude after last week, what seemed like to be the game that was going to be their first loss, for them to come back and give us a banger the way that they did. They got the size, they got the length, and I think they want to win it for Doc. I really do think Dr. J wants to get that trophy with his name on it.
I'll say this, and O'Shea, that's a great point. Doc has this look. He's wearing the suits this season. He has a team that might be his best. Even goes
that complement those 2 bigs. And now, as a result, this is probably one of the most dominant teams. Again, the season is not over. This is the 5th week. So that's not anoint them, the best team that has played in the Big 3. But if you look at the makings and how they played up to this point, they've been excellent.
His free throw. Barbosa leaves it off, but Crawford.
He didn't have to clear it either. He didn't have to clear it.
Works on Amir Johnson. Gets him up, gets him down, finds Kufis, back for Crawford. 4 to shoot. Rolls to Preston. He's bumped. And it's out of bounds with 1 on the 14, and they will call a foul.
That's a good call by the official.
They'll reset the clock, excuse me.
Good call by the official. Barbosa used his lower body to bump Preston a little bit more than needed to be.
Our officials, Charles Rubia, Stephanie Barksdale, and Robert Foster for game 2. Off the foot of Johnson, but right to Barbosa, who lays it in. Didn't play last year, the Brazilian Blur, NBA champion with Golden State, but he's back for a 5th Big 3 season.
Yeah, spent a lot of time with ball hogs back in the day.
You know, when he first came on the scene, the shooting, the passing, the speed with which he played kind of took the league by storm, but then a difficult injury a few years in.
But he looks in better shape right now than when he came in at the beginning of this season. And he said it himself. He said, "Wait till I get in shape. Just wait." He looks good. My former teammate with the Suns just loved that young man to death. And what he's been able to do post his playing career from the coaching perspective.
How about Harold, Jim, now with 23, a 19-4 extended run for the triplets. Koufos, no, but he's fouled by Amir Johnson. And Costa Koufos, in his 3rd Big 3 game, will shoot a free throw for 2 for LA. Hold up.
Amir Johnson waved over the dot to bring the fire. And he knows he fouled him, but he also has this in his pocket that bring the fire, that he feels he can win this matchup.
The big man bring the fire. Koufos, no, and Johnson gets the stop.
But you know what? Here's the thing. You can't call bring the fire and not win that possession. You know what I mean? You just can't.
And that's also a veteran. Johnson knows the game and the rules and the nuances. Think about his first week. He scored 26 without 2 key players. Sky's here blocked, but it stays with the triplets. And his scoring's down the last few weeks, but they don't need it with Barbosa, with Harrell.
Yeah, when Harrell's back in the, but he held down the fort at the beginning until, in particular, Harrell kind of got back, back into the lineup. Oh, man.
Missed it, Harrell on the move. And Crawford says, let's spread the floor. Chris Allen, the former triplet for Koufos, and that push shot's good.
Yeah, I want to show you something. Koufos, this perfect timing. Look at those shoes. See those colors?
Oh.
Let's see those colors.
Representing.
Come on, scarlet and gray. You got some freebies from Ohio State. Nothing like freebies, man.
Barbosa lines it up. That's no good. And over, O'Shea, last week we were in the new Big Ten country.
Well, I mean,
they don't have the real Big Ten country.
They don't have no shoes like that at USC. They just don't.
Because I got a lot of flack from my Trojan propaganda, but I've been hearing a lot from the Jim Jackson right now.
All of that last week you were doing?
Oh, man.
Come on, man. Every other thing was USC this, USC.
We were at USC. I'm trying to appease the crowd here.
Hey, listen, we're in the Midwest.
Oh, my goodness.
So we're in Big Ten country.
I already got to hear all this Michael Jordan nonsense, and now I got to hear this Ohio State.
That's right. Hey,
all right, you know what? You're lucky you a Jackson.
Thanks, Cuzzo. I appreciate that.
Oh, man. Advantage, Jim. We are in Big Ten country. LA's not it just yet, but advantage O'Shea because USC was a party.
Yeah, it was. LA turned out once again for Q. Excellent games. All 4 last weekend were, as physical, as competitive as we've seen all year. And as speaking of which, both of those attributes kind of describe the game that Harrell is putting on right now. 23 of the 33 points.
A 14-6 run now for Chicago. A 33-16 lead. Barbosa, Allen stays under the screen. Gets bitten by 1. Amir Johnson now. Brazilian Blur. Fight for the rebound, won by LA. Preston with Koufos and Allen. Billy Preston off balance. That's in and out. And the triplets really controlling the pace of this game. 3-point goal for Harrell. 28 points. Take a bow. Hits 36-18.
Well, let's put this in perspective. He has 28 points. L.A. Riot only has 18.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Chris Allen with
There you
the
go.
answer for LA. Played with the triplets last year. They were the regular season champs. Beat LA in the semifinals and lost the Thriller in the final to Miami. It's been the Montrezl Harrell Show. Barbosa puts it up. Can't beat the shot clock.
yeah, but because it was a scramble situation, two
Oh,
guys
boy.
were on Harrell.
Went for the 4.
Yeah, Chicago was able to get that offensive rebound, and Harrell, that's when he really feeling himself right there.
Drop step, Kufis. Push shot. Not that time against Amir Johnson. The latest from Trez.
Go get it. He was looking for that 4-point ball.
From 2, from 3. This guy's been incredible. 28 points already. Triplets up big on CBS.
BIG3 Media America marking together for official BIG3 drinking card for the first time ever. Collect your favorite players, celebrate BIG3 moments of the season, and start your collection. Panini will release official BIG3 trading card purpose Panini instant platform, and fans can look forward to future BIG3 trading card products. Shop PaniniAmerica.net hashtag who do you play?
Coming up next, we bring you more action from the hardwood as Angel Reese and the Dream. She'll face her former team, Chicago Sky, in a WNBA showdown right here on CBS and streaming live on Paramount+. And home of the champions in 2021, the Chicago Sky, led by the Hall of Famer, hometown star Candace Parker, now in the Hall of Fame. All right, Jim, let's take a look at today's monster moments, fueled by Mariano's, and back to Trez.
I mean, this has been the story of the afternoon, in particular this game, Montrezl Harrell. Right now on the heater, 28 points, of the 36 for the right. Keep in mind, listen, his highest scoring career in the NBA was 18.6 2019-20 season with the Clippers. His career high in scoring was 34 points. He did it 3 times against the Knicks, Pelicans, and Bucks. So not a scorer like this in the NBA. That doesn't mean he couldn't do it. It just wasn't his role at the time in the NBA. But this has allowed him to kind of create a different persona about his game, showing the ball handling, putting it on the floor, shooting behind the arc, fadeaway jump shots. You didn't see a lot of that from him at his time, in the NBA.
All right, Chris Allen, next man up, putting the fire. Harrell against Allen, former teammates with the triplets. Trez gets inside, in deep to lay it in. He's got 30 points, 38-21. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure about that bring the fire. I mean, I would take my chances at Trez behind the free throw line more so than him getting that big body against a smaller Chris Allen in the paint.
38-21. Here's Allen. Inside for Kufas, and the ball rolls out. Was there a foul? There was not on Amir Johnson. So let's throw it out there. Montrezl Harrell with 30 points, Jim. The Big 3 single-game record is 37. Isaiah Briscoe for Trilogy in 2024. Fadeaway, hits it, now at 32.
So what you're trying to say is that the record is in jeopardy right now.
Correct.
That's just
We'll see if he can get there. Crawford misses, tip no good. Almost want Chris Haynes to slide in there and say, all right, you're 5 points away. They have 10 points to victory, so you have to do the math. And there's only so many that he can score. But what a performance. I mean, 34 in his first game and now 32 in his second today.
Well, I think you saw last year that he was going to be extremely tough guard.
Review on the floor and a timeout in the Windy City. Triplets 40 and LA Riot 21 here in Chicago. The Sky, this is their home. They're on the road next. WNBA action from Atlanta right here on CBS and streaming live on Paramount Plus. And reviewing the last out of bounds play, let's take a look. And looked to be off Kufas initially.
After review, the challenge on the floor is white ball. Punch.
Over to Chris Haynes.
Guys, if we can pan the camera to Montrezl Harrell right now, he is right now arguing with the assistant coaching staff of the Dallas Power. Trez is saying, listen, who gonna guard me when we play y'all? Is it gonna be Moose? Is it gonna be Nancy Lieberman's son, TJ Clyde? So he's already, moved on to, do they play next week? Whatever. He understands that Dallas is a squad to beat. And he's ready for that squad, but he still has to take care of business right now.
Love it. He's thinking big. Fires, hits another one. 34 for Montrezl Harrell.
But Chris Allen did his job. He didn't allow Montrez to get by him. He forced a jump shot, and Montrez made it. I mean, when you're rolling, the basket is as large as Lake Michigan out there. You know what I mean? Anything he's throwing up is basically coming out the bottom of the nets, and here he is once again with this matchup that he's been dominating all afternoon.
Doubled free throw for 2 for Harrell with his team up 18.
I mean, it's too bad, too, because this, with Dwight Howard's a different team.
Correct.
Because you can attack a lot different, and maybe Dwight is not guarding Montrez, but he's manning up the middle.
Yeah.
So those shots to the basket, getting inside, may have been altered a little bit more with Dwight's presence inside.
So 2 guys for Trilogy. You had Briscoe, and before that, Hezzy God in Boston in 2023, and then the next 2 best, Montrezl Harrell. This free throw would give him 36. And there it is. He has a point from tying the Big 3 single game scoring record. Crawford shakes to the basket, blocked for the foul. And Brandon Moss with the contact. So a free throw for 2 for Crawford. Jordan Crawford so far today mentioned the back spasms that were hurting him. He has 9 points, 6 rebounds, and they've asked a lot of him, to say the least. And he cashes in there for 2. Here we go, triplets by 18. Powell, next basket gives him the record.
Got him.
Leans in and scores. Montrezl Harrell with 38 points, a new Big 3 scoring record.
But I mean, you might as well keep it going. You might as well go ahead and get that 40 dog. You know, 2 Twinkies. 2 20 pieces. Go get it all. And why not? Last time he got the jump shot, little spin, and that time Crawford tried to help, tried to get the ball, but Montrez too strong, too big, and then showing off the nice touch. Say, hold up for a minute, I got this. I got it.
19 in the first half. 19 in the second. Rims out for Koufos. Harrell's got it. It's point game for Chicago.
He gonna shoot a 4-point. I knew it.
Come
I
on.
knew it. I knew it.
Come on.
That's just because. That was a just because I can shot.
Moss. Foul's called.
Yeah. Ball on the side though.
Yep.
And again, for the audience at home, is because it goes on the side because at the beginning Ice Cube did not want to, or is it? They're giving him the shot to win it? What's the score? No, it's 46. Okay.
It's their 14th foul.
Yeah.
So
No, I thought it was 48.
Yeah. Okay.
And the reason why I was explaining that is that early on, it was some games that were won at the free throw line.
Yep.
And not that it can't happen, but on that first, if you're point or 2 away and you get fouled on the shooting foul or in the penalty, they made it so you take the ball out of bounds. Now on that second foul, now you will go to the free throw line.
Good hands, Jim.
See that?
Still got it.
Yeah.
Amen.
I was about to shoot it, too. They asked me about the ball. I caught it. I said, I was going to shoot it. Watch this. Watch this.
There we go.
I want you to just watch. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Boom. Don't even worry about it. Look, in the form, see, listen, you see the lines on it? A shooter always lines up the stripes, okay? Ready to let it go.
How about this guy? Moss for the win for
come
4.
See, now the triplets are just playing around because they really don't have to take it, but they just want to add insult to injury.
Harrell fouled hard by Koufos. If he makes this free throw, and he'll get it here for 2, it would give him 40.
Yeah. Don't play with your food, Trez. Go ahead and get your money and get this 40-piece and enjoy the night in Chicago.
Montrezl Harrell, his flight couldn't get to Chicago, drove in from Louisville for this game. And he's on the verge of becoming the first ever to score 40 in a Big 3 game.
Which is crazy too. You would think that of the scores, Joe Johnson, you know, when he was kind of dominating the league, that he would have had a 40-piece.
For those expecting to see the WNBA game between Chicago and Atlanta, it's now available on the CBS Sports app and CBSSports.com. We'll get you there to Atlanta as soon as this one is over.
I'll tell you who else dominated this league early on too was Rashard Lewis.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a tough guard early in the first 2 to 3 years of the Big 3.
40 for Montrezl Harrell, first time ever in a Big 3 game.
And it's crazy because if you were to say who would get 40 first, Montrezl Harrell's name at the beginning would probably not populate in your mind as guys who would, you know, capture that feat. But he did. With a chance here.
Was three-headed monsters.
Oh,
in
yes.
those
Oh,
great
man.
years with
Man.
Gary Payton.
Unstoppable. Around the free throw line, they get the ball to him, clear it out. He was virtually unstoppable.
We've already seen history. What's going to be the final number, the final record? Harrell sitting on 40. Point game for Chicago. Against Koufos.
Pulling up.
Fades. Hits it! 42 for Trez. Record breaker. Game winner. The triplets are 5-0.
Apropos, set the record and put a little sauce on it at the end. Montrezl Harrell, I'll tell you what, it's only been 2 games, but they've been 2 very exciting performances, historic by that young man.
The only unbeaten after 5 weeks. History in the Windy City today. Our final score in this second game, Chicago wins it 50-31. The WNBA Sky and Dream coming up after this break. For Jimmy, Chris, O'Shea, our entire crew, Ed Cohen saying so long from Chicago. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports and the Big 3.
Trez, not only did you get the big win, a Big 3 record, 40 points. 42, my bad. My bad, 42 points. The record was 37. Trez, what got into you today?
I don't know, man. I felt good coming in here. I played the TBT yesterday and then had the outcome that I wanted. We ended up losing by 4. So I had a sour taste in my mouth. I had a sour taste coming in to play this game. So I told my team I got a lot in the tank left over that I didn't get to use yesterday, bro. So I'm gonna leave it all out here. I told them at the start of the game I was going fed.
Trez, one thing about your game, man, you ain't just a low post player. You're doing it from all angles. You have multiple defenders coming your way, guards coming your way, big men coming your way. What was your tactic in trying to attack and exploit that?
One-on-one, they can't guard me. So I knew they was gonna send a double team at some point, but the way I feel, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I always come to the gym, I feel one-on-one, can't nobody guard me. So I knew at some point the help was gonna come, but if I'm beating that one-on-one, man, I'm getting to my spot, and by the time the second defender coming, they in trouble. But at the same time, I still made the right play. Even when they double here, I swung it to the blur. His shot wasn't there today. Body bag, his shots wasn't there today. They looked at me, bro, and I did what my team needed me to do. 42
out of your team's 50 points. What does it feel like to have that record right now?
I don't know. I'm going to try to beat it myself.
Hey, Fred. Hey, I saw you talking already to Dallas Power, talking about who gonna guard you over there, Moose, Clyde. Man, like you said, nobody can guard you, man. Hey, best of luck moving forward, brother.
Yeah, I said somebody was gonna lead this gym undefeated today, and I knew it was gonna be us.
Trent, that's my Trent Harold, y'all.
Co-captain of the Bulldogs, 6'7" from TCU, number 22, Garland Green. 6'7" out of Wisconsin, number 7, Ray Nixon. 6'11" out of Baylor, number 30, Quincy Miller. Co-captain of the Bulldogs, 6'8" from San Diego State, number 23, Deshaun Stevens. And the captain for the Bulldogs, 6'2" out of Gonzaga, number 2, Jeremy
Thank you for having me. You got one.
I got you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Cool. Thanks, guys. Do you want this or are you good?
I'm good.
Cool. All right. So I'll opening comment just like, hey, Chicago, and then I'll get you into Pargo, and if you want to keep going into the trilogy, guys, great. If you need me to read to you,
No, I'll go
perfect.
right to trilogy.
Perfect.
And he's 23 points away from breaking Joe.
Yeah, Clark 23 points, and then Murphy
25.
25. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
All right, thank you guys.
Awesome. Cool.
Whenever you want.
Dallas. Beautiful.
Okay. Okay.
Perfect.
You got it. I got you.
Beautiful city of Chicago for week number 5. It continues on Fubo TV. Our third game today, first on Fubo, Boston and DMV Trilogy from Wintrust Arena on the near south side. Earlier today, Miami, a huge win for their season, beating Howard 51-44, and Montrezl Harrell, Big 3 record, 42 points. The triplets of Chicago win it over the LA Riot. Look at the standings. The triplets to 5-0. Dallas right there, even with the loss at 4-1. But what's at stake for this next game? 2 teams at 2-2 and a win in their sights. So great to be with you. I'm Ed Cohen with the Hall of Famer, the coach of power, Nancy Lieberman, the competitor in you. I know you wanted to win earlier, but we're so excited. The teacher in you is with us for the broadcast.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. The games today were fantastic. Congratulations, certainly to Michael Cooper and Montrez. You're ridiculous. 42, really, give the ball to your teammates.
Well, records are made to be broken, right? Let's transition to this game right now. And a hometown guy, Jeremy Pargo from Chicago. He's led Boston to big things so far.
Jeremy's really having a rebound season. He struggled with injuries a year ago, but he's fit. Look at him. He's one of the top 4-point shooters in the league, so you really have to press up on him when you do that. He's going to go to the rim, so he really makes you have to concentrate defensively on what he's going to do, but he's got great footwork and creates separation. With Trilogy, this is a great team. They've got 5 NBA players. Earl Clark is absolutely ridiculous, averaging 15 points, almost 8 rebounds a game. And when you go to James Johnson, he's big, he's strong, he's physical, he can shoot, he has a rhythm, and when he's in a rhythm, they're going to go to him.
Here are the rosters for today's game. Pargo with Carlin Green and Deshaun Stevens, and Trilogy, the captain Earl Clark, and a couple of NBA veterans on their side. How about the coaches? Remember these guys when they played? Gary Payton, Steven Jackson, 31 combined NBA seasons, and 2 of the best Big 3 coaches and 2 of the best trash talkers you'll ever meet. Chris Haynes with them both. Good luck, Chris. It's all yours.
Yeah, Coach GP and Coach Stat.
Yeah, before we had a real combo. Y'all ain't need to hear that. But
I got to ask, though, before we get to y'all game, we just witnessed history. Montrezl Harrell
it would never happen. And when one of us was playing, when I was playing, it would have never happened. He ain't going to sit there and one-on-one on nobody. No, that ain't going to happen. Somebody would have been dead. I'm 42 out of 50. You crazy. 35 fouls. I'm using all of them.
Well, I guess it won't be that one. We are 42.
It won't be that one. It ain't going to do that.
Hey, when you're going against a coach, Gary Payton team, what do you expect?
We got to try. They're going to come and play hard. We got to play harder. We both basically the same team right now, trying to figure our teams out and get to the playoffs. So this is an important game for both of us. So whoever grinds it out should be the winner.
GP, what do you guys say about his squad? What you faced it?
I know Stack is just like me. We think alike. We go and draft the same type of people. We all gonna play hard and we gonna play physical. So it's gonna be whoever do the right things at the right time. It's got to be smart game, and I just know we gonna have a battle. And we right there 2-2. We both in second place, so we in third place. So we got to try to play for a playoff spot, and what both of us need is win. So we just trying to establish ourselves.
It might be our biggest game of the year right now.
Okay. Well, Ed, Nancy, we can guarantee it won't be a 42-point game against Back to you guys.
They might talk a lot of smack, but they're 2 of the nicest guys you will ever meet and winners that you will ever meet.
Amen to that. And guys who've won championships in this league. Key rules, Nancy, first to 50 wins, no game clock in the Big 3. Free throws, 1 shot for 2, 3, or 4, depending where the foul occurs, and the 4-point shot. Big one in your first game. Lance Stevenson made it, and that kind of shifted gears for Miami, but it's such a vital threat in the Big 3. And one of 3 4-point circles will get you 4. Now, Pargo's the best ever to do it, but he's blocked there by James Johnson. Earl Clark up and under, no. And the clear for the Ball Hogs. What are you watching for early in this one?
I'm just looking to see how they're playing defensively, and when Pargo starts to shoot early, is Earl going to step out on him, or is he going to play a little bit off the ball?
Stevens gets it, and a foul, and a chance at 3 for Deshaun Stevens.
Yeah, Deshaun played for me a couple years ago. He is really good. He has worked very hard overseas. And, you look at him, and then you look at the most career points.
Wow.
Joe Johnson, ISO Joe, has been electric for so many years, 2-time MVP, and here's Earl Clark sneaking right up, 23 points, and he will surpass the record.
So think about the history potentially today. At Montrezl Harrell scored 42, a single-game record by 5 points, better than Isaiah Briscoe's previous mark of 37, and potentially you have 2 players with a reasonable shot at breaking ISO Joe's all-time record, as Stevens with the tip and off the miss and a foul is getting a chance at 3.
Well, I want to get back to Montrez. It's how he scores. He scores on the dirty work, on rebounds. He scores underneath. He can shoot the ball from 3. He's really, a great player, and the league is so happy to have him here. He's a baller. He plays everywhere. But Stevenson, you got to box him out on the weak side, because all he is going to the front of the rim.
James Johnson on a back down of Pargo. Cut for Clark. Missed the finish.
Yeah, you got to make those little chippies, but if Pargo is playing defense against you because he's such a little, you can get a little bit of weak side help. but you have to be ready.
Earl Clark, Connors Island against Pargo. The strength of fade, missed it again, and James Johnson called for pushing off. And it's going to be Boston basketball. I'll tell you, James Johnson, his first year in the Big Three, a couple of years removed from the Indiana Pacers, he has really looked like a great Big Three player.
Well, he is. I mean, Stephen Jackson did a great job of, getting this team put together again. You look at the roster, it's 5 NBA guys, so they know how to play this game. But 3-on-3 right here, there's a method to what you have to do and how you have to win.
How about Deshaun Stevens, the first 7 points of the game for the Boston Ballhawks?
Well, they're going to have to start boxing him out. Let's see what Stack does.
A 7-0 start for Boston in Chicago.
People doubted me all the way, telling me I was all hype. They just mad that I'm him and they got to deal with it. If you don't like it, you can suck.
One of the things that makes me most proud is I did things Orlando's way.
I don't need everyone out there to like me. I like being different.
You are world champion.
Fifth Big Three season for Deshaun Stevens. Nancy, last week he scored 10 points with 16 rebounds in a close loss against the Triplets, but off to a great start today.
Yeah, watch him right now. He gets underneath you. He's very strong, very wiry around the basket. He can score, but if you look at the ball, he is going to go right to the rim. He cuts hard. He has the perfect game for the Big Three.
The first 7 for his team. He's from Chatsworth High School, Los Angeles. Second with Boston. You mentioned his time with you with Power, a couple of years with Tri-State and the Aliens. But when he burst onto the scene, his rebounding, his skill inside was so evident.
Well, not only that, but you can run a lot of lob plays. We ran that with him so many times.
Earl Clark bodies in a Pargo, leans in, and he's had to work for it so far, but a chance to give Trilogy their first 2 points with a free throw.
I think this is a smart thing by Earl Clark. He's got to get a little bit lower because, Pargo gets underneath him and uses his strength, and you have to just, it's, mano a mano, and you have to be physical going to the rim.
It's the free throw. It's been one of those days at the line.
Don't talk
for
to me
everybody.
about that.
Okay.
We win the game if we hit those 5 second-half foul shots.
Clark the intercept. Jordan McRae. And the clock didn't reset on the steal, I don't think. And, yep, Stephanie Barksdale is going to go over, and they'll see exactly how much time, 11, maybe a little less, for Trilogy here on the inbounds.
See, they bring in Trilogy, a different concept. Now you bring in Jordan McRae. He's got long arms. He's a great defender, and he's so physically strong, and he can step out and hit threes.
And the glove is chirping early in this one.
That's not chirping. That's communication. He's asking serious questions. First of all, let me say this. They're putting the score up now on the end, up by the crowd.
Yeah.
We could not see the score in our game. We couldn't see the scoreboard, and they did not put we kept asking our coaches, what is the score? And that's a problem. I'm glad they're putting it up right now.
An in-game adjustment here from the crew at Wintrust Arena. And listen, you go place to place, week to week, and when you're not in your comfort zone, that has to be so hard.
Well, the coaches need to know, as you see, we talked about Jordan, big, strong, knows how to use the glass.
Over to O'Shea Jackson.
First of all, hi, Nancy. It's me, Shay.
Hi, Shay.
As a coach, when you lose a game, and you look at the free throws and you see that you could have secured it there, do you have any bit of security knowing that your team was still in a winnable game? It's just a simple mistake like that?
You should have been in our locker room after the game. Nobody was mad. We were disappointed, And then we also allowed some of our emotions to play into the game. But at the end of the day, we were in the bonus in the first half and the second half, so I might not have agreed with every call, but the officials didn't miss everything. So we have to get a little bit better, but this wasn't our best day, and we had a chance to win. You're right.
Yeah, it's got to be some sort of, something has to go into the fact that that Dallas Power team had that game in the palm of your guys' hands, and it's such a well-coached team. Credit to you. But, yeah, something like free throws has been biting every single team today.
Well, I agree with you, but we're going to learn from that game, and I have to give Miami credit. They're the defending champions. Beasley came out. He had 27 points. He's a great competitor. Lance played well. They're going to get the bulk of the points, and we're fine. You know, we'll learn from this.
I just still want to point out that Michael Beasley gave me 3 words at the halftime report.
And he gave Chris how many, O'Shea?
Okay, guys, listen, we're teammates here, all right? This table, we stick together.
A combined 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, somebody's got it right now to get control of Deshaun Stevens because he is playing so well right now.
Well, Clark with the turnaround. He has 4 points. So we've been talking to O'Shea and talking about the day and how it's transpired at the line. Back and forth, 11-10. Boston with the lead, but Trilogy with a 6-0 counter. It's 1-point game. Both teams 2-2. A huge game at stake in the Windy City.
New Game Plus has no business making Grace's dish towel smell this good. Especially with how her husband uses them.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, how you like them towels? Our greatest scent ever, now with odor fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
Look inside Steven Jackson Tuttle. 2-time champion in 2021, again a year later in 2022 with Trilogy. Champion as a player with the Spurs in 2003. Boston, meanwhile, they've never made the playoffs, but if they win here today, Nancy, this would be their first ever 3-game win streak, which just speaks to, hey, are we going to be 4-0 or 5-0? To win consistently in this league over the course of time, it's a challenge, and they're on the verge, if they can win today, of getting there and winning 3 straight weeks.
Well, they have a good team. We played them the first game of the year, and they're very talented. They have a very good second unit. Right now you're seeing Hugh Miller and Ray Nixon in the game. Ray's going to shoot some shots. Q is just going to use his length. So Gary's doing a great job here.
And fouling Jordan McRae on the step back. So McRae's going to get a free throw for 2. Was inside the arc.
See, the glove's not happy. You don't foul the jump shooter.
And listen, last year they were so close against LA in Intuit Dome, the final week of the regular season. But Crawford makes that shot, amazing comeback, and they fall just short. So Boston might have 18 NBA titles, but they're trying to get their first trip to the playoffs here in the Big 3.
It's hard. It's hard. That's that consistency is so important with the players that you have, and then the 2 that you pick up.
Right now, 8-0 run for Trilogy from the district, Maryland and Virginia. Ray Nixon nails a 3 for the Ball Hogs.
This is an area of Ray's game when he first came into the league. You know, he was a trainer in Dallas, and this woman, Jan Miller, one of the great book agents in the country, calls me and says, there's this really great trainer, and he's a basketball player. Oh, and so she had me talk to Ray, and he didn't play that year, but he came in the league the next year as Pargo does what Pargo does.
Yep. A 4-point shot to get us to a break. But finish that story. What a wonderful story.
So, you know, Ray and I had a chance to talk. He said he really wanted to play. He didn't play that first year, but the second year, Dr. J put him on his team, and he's never left this league since.
Amazing.
Okay.
This great basketball city of Chicago, the first college 5-on-5 game, 1896, Chicago and Iowa. The Globetrotters starting in the Windy City. Loyola, 1963, only D1 title in the state. The Bulls dynasty, 2 three-peats. And 5 years ago, the Chicago Sky win the WNBA. Kalia Copper, the finals MVP. And they have this guy, a champion, Nancy in his own right, Stack with the Spurs.
Yeah, Stack is absolutely incredible. So many people love him because how he played the game. And Stack, is it fun coming back here and seeing a lot of friends?
Hey, my love. How you doing, Nancy?
How many tickets did you leave?
I just needed 4 for a couple friends, but it's always good to come to Chicago, especially for the Big 3. This is one of our best cities. They really come out and support, so anytime we can come to Chicago and put on a great show for these wonderful fans, I'm all up for it.
Stack, you mentioned it when you spoke to Chris with GP earlier. This is a big game. Both teams 2-2. We're seeing that early on thus far.
Yeah, I think the team that's winning right now is being a more solid team. We started off, we missed 3 easy layups. One of my best players got 2 quick fouls early, so we're trying to get back into the game and try to get our physicality back. But right now, they're being a more physical team.
Hey, Stack, I'm very disappointed that you didn't recruit your friend President Obama to come to the game today and maybe, get up a couple shots.
Hey, you know what? I wish I had that full. I mean, I'm thankful, and I'm just going to hold that interview to heart. If I had to pull to get the president to the game, I would love to. But I'm pretty sure he's watching because he's a big-time basketball fan.
The poll right now, Stack and Nancy, is that the tickets to get into the President Obama Museum in Hyde Park has been almost impossible. Like, you can't get in until the fall. But maybe Steven Jackson can hook us up.
Well, now I can say that. I can say that. If you're trying to get in there, I probably can make a phone call and make that happen because he does look out for us.
Amen. All right, good luck coaching your team.
All right, thank you.
See, Willie Reed really hasn't played much this year, but you put him in, he's wiry, he likes to play around the basket, and watch him right here. He knows how to get people on his hip. He's got that nice little jump hook. Miller here has to really use the lower part of your body to keep him away and not get the foul upstairs.
Willie Reed, 3 years in the NBA. Nancy, it's funny when you look at Trilogy, a great lineage in their history in the Big 3. But between James Johnson, Willie Reed, and Jordan McRae, now you're adding 3 players who played in the NBA, but you're also adding 3 Big 3 rookies. And, it sounds nice in theory, but there is an art to developing a chemistry and an understanding of what really is needed in this league as Nixon misses the 3 for Boston.
Well, you're true, but the NBA players know how to play basketball. Yeah. So they have an understanding of, if I'm going to drive, you've got to get in the opposite corner for that fade because I'm going to throw, I'm going to throw the ball to you. So they do know how to play, and they do need some time understanding the score and all the things that go through the Big 3, like bring the fire and things of that nature. But this is a really good team and very experienced.
Carlin Green fakes, drives, goes up, and finishes for Boston.
Garland Green's game has come so far.
It has.
He was kind of like his little brother, if you will. And he just has elevated his game year by year. By the way, he's one of the nicest people. They work hard on the young 3. They give so much energy to the youth around the country. That's a good man right there.
He played this past year in France.
So y'all just going to ignore me. They shot an air ball. We got the ball with 2 seconds on the clock. We didn't get a full clock.
See, I'm just going to ignore the shit?
All right, Nancy, you've had a lot of those types of conversations.
As a coach, all you want is the officials to do is acknowledge you. And, you know, today I had asked for a review, and I said, can you review it? And the official looked at me and wouldn't do it. I said, why didn't you ask me? I'm standing in front of you. She goes, you can't ask me to review it. You have to say, I want a review. I mean, it's such semantics.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, I'm standing right there. I'm sorry how I presented it. The one word, she knew what I was talking about.
All right, James Johnson goes to the line. Shot for 2. It's a 12-2 run right now for the Ball Hogs. Yeah, that great start for Boston. Then DMV Trilogy went on a run. It's been answered by the Ball Hogs. And a moonball free throw for James Johnson goes down to cut the deficit to 9 now for DMV Trilogy. But the next Boston basket will get us to the break.
Well, you can just see here guys coming off screens just like that. Even if Ray misses it, he's taking the shot that's open because the defender was 2 slides to recovery, which is going to be an open shot, not a contested shot. But, you know, I think Jordan McRae has to start scoring, and then when Earl Clark comes back in the game, he has to be dominating.
Johnson goes baseline, gets inside, blocked by Stevens. Here's Nixon, the former Wisconsin Badger, rather Garland Green, in for Stevens. Back for Green, drives the closeout, kicks to Nixon, sets the feet. Almost got the bounce.
That's beautiful basketball.
Yeah.
You drive, you draw with the intent to kick, and you get your teammate an open shot, which they almost had.
Yeah, they're creating pace with these quick clears. Stevens spins into Johnson. The hook shot goes down. Halftime of Game 3 in the Windy City. What a first half for Stevens with 11.
Well, Gary Payton's going to be really happy with the defense that his team played, holding Trilogy to 15 points, and then getting a lot of buckets around the rim. You haven't really seen, you know, Pargo have to shoot. He's only taken, I think, 1 4-point shot.
Over to O'Shea with Deshaun Stevens.
Yo, Deshaun, you guys are moving all over the court. Constant movement, constant ball movement. Was that a part of the game plan?
Oh yeah, for sure. We're trying to use our movement to our advantage. We got a lot of guys that can run off and shoot and get hot. So we're trying to keep them moving, keep them defending.
Now you got 11. You're all over the boards. How do you continue to attack going into this second half?
Aggressive. Stay aggressive. Keep going at them. They're switching everything, so we got to make them work for it.
All right, now I usually don't go for Boston, but y'all are playing good.
Say what?
I usually don't go for Boston, but y'all are playing good, so I'll give it up.
Me neither, but we're good.
Is an LA guy, Chatsworth High School. Began at Santa Monica College, then to San Diego State. 5th year in the Big 3. His team leads it by 10 at the break.
These games are blowing by.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, I think we just missed the window to get 2 hours on CBS, but they were pretty close to getting to the W game at 4 Eastern. But yeah, this one's been pretty good.
Who's winning the World Cup?
Oh my God.
0-0? Is it not on yet?
It's like an old final where they play so defensive and conservatively. Wow.
They played 4 o'clock Eastern?
I think it was 3 Eastern. So right now, what is it, 5? So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
81st minute.
And it's 0-0?
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. you back.
Oh, come on. This
Seriously.
is a blast. Thank you. It's been a nice ride. It's awesome.
But
it's
you're
awesome.
better for it.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. Are you getting out tonight, or are you staying over?
I'm going to go home tonight.
Yeah.
I had basketball camp all week in Dallas, and we had like 200 kids, and they go, Coach Nancy, what time is lunch? I go, you just checked in. And then you'll eat lunch. And then they come up and go, Coach Nancy, yes, what time is lunch?
Again.
Did your parents feed you?
Wow.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's
And then
usually it's the
before
other way
lunch,
around.
they come, Coach Nancy, are we having lunch today? All right, I'm sending you home.
Yeah, really. Looks out down the Gold Coast here in Chicago, where Boston leads DMV Trilogy 25-15 on Fubo TV. Back inside at Cohen, Nancy Lieberman, Chris and O'Shea with us as well. So DMV Trilogy, they made a run, got back in the game, but Boston, the interior scoring, the rebounding was huge for the Ball Hogs.
Well, it was, you have to give the Ball Hogs credit. They moved the ball, they drove, they kicked, they took shots. They got the 50-50 balls around the rim, but I have to tell you, for Trilogy, Earl Clark, you're averaging 15.5 points a game, and you're averaging almost 8 rebounds a game, and you have no rebounds and 6 points. You're the captain of this team. You got to lift your crew right now if they're going to get back into this game and you're down 10. I love Earl Clark's game, by the way.
Oh, my God. Talk about consistency. The minute he came into the league, and, you know, we saw this early in the graphic, he has a chance. It might not be this week. We'll see if it gets to the point where he can edge Kevin Murphy when the season's over. He has a chance to be the league's all-time leading scorer when this year is done.
Oh, it'll happen. I mean, it'll happen. Maybe this game, maybe next game, but this man has dedicated himself to the sport. He's always in great shape. I love seeing him week after week. And, you know, he's a hero to so many people for how he plays the game.
Early season MVP watch. We're through 4 weeks. And Jeremy Pargo, the leading scorer, Elijah Stewart, you can speak to his value for your team this year. Poor, great scorer. And Earl Clark with his team 2-2 is right there as well.
Well, you're going to have to put Montrez. You're going to have to put slide over, guys. You're going to have to put Montrez. But, you know, for us, Elijah Stewart's been playing lights out, how he shoots the basketball, his effort, rebounding, you know, the 19 points. He's just a bucket. He's a professional scorer. I think every league he's ever played in, he's been a leading scorer. You know, Nazir just can create points, you know, when he's sleeping. He's one of those one-on-one street ball guys. And Pargo's Pargo.
Let's check out our defensive play of the game so far. It's brought to you by Game. James Johnson for Trilogy.
Well, you know, that's the one that you can block off the jump shooter because you're so much bigger than Jeremy Pargo. But, you know, we tell our guys don't foul the jump shooter, but, you know, with that difference, you can certainly go and try to block it.
5 points, 2 blocks for Johnson. Again, 16 NBA seasons, went to Wake Forest. Blood sport because of his karate black belt, kickboxing, MMA. 20-0 as a kickboxer. Every member of his family at some point has been a fighter. And he is just such a big addition for a team like Trilogy with a new roster, but with a lot of basketball experience.
Yeah, let me say this about James Johnson. I really didn't know him before the Big Three, and I've enjoyed, getting a chance to chit-chat with him. I showed him a couple of my kicks. Apparently, it was not as impressive as I thought at 68. That was almost to his shoulder. But to do that, to be a black belt, Are you kidding? So I told him, I said, I got like 4 black belts in my closet. And he just looked at me, I walked away. TJ says I'm not funny. I'm hysterical.
Oh, come on. I'm going to talk to TJ when this is all over.
Thank you.
He might be the next guest sideline reporter. We'll get him on the broadcast, show him how it's done.
See, I like the fact that Earl, on the previous possession, went to the basket, but then they double-teamed him. You got to kick it out.
Yeah.
Van de Schoorn's playing really well. You know what? He's a great daddy, by the way. I love to see the guys, with the family. They love their kids. They're always showing me their pictures.
Yeah.
And it hits my heart because when they were playing in the league, their kids either weren't here or didn't know what Daddy did. Now they get to see their dad in all the glory. And that's what the Big Three brings. Everybody should thank Ice Cube and Jeff Quantinence.
No question. Kick ball out of bounds. And it's worth noting, I mean, the Big Three, it's a family in so many ways between the coaches who've been around forever, Ice Cube and Jeff Quantinence, Sean Bannon, the people behind the scenes. But then you talk about the players, and I think what a lot of people forget is these guys play overseas. And what that means for your family moving to a different country. Maybe you're away for months at a time as Pargo hits the corner 3 to beat the clock. But it also is a chance to see dad or mom in some instances do what they love. And even absorb the sacrifice of knowing it's going to have some inconvenience.
You're 100%. By the way, the scouting report on Pargo is he likes to go right, hard to the corner, and one leg jump shot from 3. It's in the scouting report. And Earl knows it. Earl knows this.
Johnson decked will shoot a free throw for 2. A 19-5 run for the Ball Hogs, Nancy, going back to the first half.
Well, you know what? I think that has been fantastic, but right now Trilogy's trying to get back and attack the basket, and James Johnson is just using his body, and Garland Green just got a couple fouls on him, so he has to go sit down, and then Ray comes in. When Ray came into this league, he was not a great shooter. He has worked on his shot. He was a hustle guy, a glue guy, getting the 50-50 balls, getting some extra offensive, defensive rebounds. But he has worked so hard, and he's always in great shape.
Pargo just made his 26th 3 that leads the Big Three, and he scores there on the short jumper. So Pargo now with 9. Chicago native from Paul Robeson High School, which has since closed, from the Edgewood section of the South Side. That's the same neighborhood as Derrick Rose. Derrick was 2 classes younger than Jeremy, but you could see the excitement, the smile for Jeremy to be back in the Windy City. They call him Buck in these parts. That's his nickname amongst his friends, and he's trying to put on a show and get a win here today for his Big Three team.
Well, there's been a couple guys that have been pretty good out of Chicago. Isaiah Thomas, Dwayne Wade, Derrick Rose, Anthony Davis, Mark Aguirre, Terry Cummings, Tim Hardaway, Juwan Howard, Antoine Walker, Quentin Richardson, Q, I love you, Tony Allen, Patrick Beverly, Kendall Gill, Eddie Johnson. I'm exhausted.
Wow.
I mean, basketball here is a haven of greatness.
And they got to idolize in the 80s and 90s, the best to ever do it.
MJ, the GOAT.
And there's Gennaro, Jeremy's brother, Big Three veteran and champion. And kudos to Gennaro. He's been with Rick Carlisle in Indiana for a while now, and he is re-upped, so he's on that staff. They'll be better this year with the return of a guy who was in LA last week, in Tyrese Halliburton, watching the Big Three games. But it's so much fun to see the guys who coach, whether it's in the college game or the NBA level, and also can get in shape and play in the Big Three.
Well, you could see it when he was on the triplets, and he was doing a lot of coaching when Joe Johnson was, because he was just getting into his coaching mode. He is a smart guy. Rick Carlisle, I know Rick for 30 years. Rick Carlisle loves him because of how hard he works. He entrusted him to coach the Pacers a year ago at Summer League. So, yeah, there's no doubt that they were going to re-up, and he's going to be a great head coach one day. They had both Pargos, by the way.
Yeah.
He stole Pargo from me because Jeremy, now I'm starting to get upset again. Jeremy played for me, and then the next year I wanted him back, and his brother took him.
There's been a lot of
nepotism.
It's among families in the Big Three, but there's a little less of that this year.
No, it's all over the place. You know, on Julius Erving's bench, he has Jules. On George Gervin's bench, as you see, this is going to, they're going to go to the monitor. There's the box out there. You have G, you know, George's son. TJ playing for me in the Big Three. Clyde Drexler's son, Adam, playing in this league. This is a family league. And if you weren't short and slow, you could have your family in this league too playing. Did I just, that was rude.
No, that's okay. I have no candidates there's no one, I got no options.
Oh, hey, we missed the big one. How about Ice Cube and O'Shea?
I was about to say, is O'Shea in on this conversation?
O'Shea, where are you, buddy?
Boy, let me tell you, nepotism is at an all-time high in this country.
Yes.
And, you know, I as a representative of Nepo babies, let me just say, Nepo babies up by 1 billion, baby.
Yes.
You got to do it. Why you work so hard if you're not going to leave something behind for us to work together on, you know? It's really been a special thing to be able to travel with my dad for the Big Three and things like that. So I can only imagine being coached by my mom. Like, you know, TJ, he's got his thing going on. Nepotism all the way, man.
There's nothing wrong. It's like hitting the lottery, correct?
Yeah, I like to say I hit the baby lottery because I didn't choose this life. This life chose me.
Wait, how come it took so many years for you to get on the mic here?
Oh, you know, my dad is always, he's got a million things on his mind, and then one day he saw me and goes, maybe I could throw you in front of a camera. You're used to it. And so last year I did 2 games, and now he's letting me get all over the schedule, Nancy. I'm increasing my sideline.
After the review, it is inconclusive that the ball hit the rim. Score the basket.
Okay, so they didn't have to clear that time. Hey, O'Shea, I view nepotism as opportunity. You still have to do the work and show your skill and talent and hard work, and that's the beauty of it.
And you know what? Nepotism is not inconclusive.
Yes.
It is conclusive. I just put a period on that.
I like that. Yeah, the door can be open for you, but you got to walk through it. And, you know, a lot of times I've even have to tell my father, the work that you have to put in as the second generation, he doesn't know what it's like to be Ice Cube's son and the weight that you get from that. So yeah, it's all about just what you're raised with. You know, what are your standards in your life, and staying true to yourself, and you'll be all right.
Amen.
Well said.
Great stuff, guys. As McCray hits the off-balance shot. So as for this game, Boston 35-23 advantage. You have Stevens with 13 points, 8 rebounds. He's out there with Nixon and Pargo.
You know what the situation is? A trilogy does not play that hard on defense. They're always in a drop, and they're always pre-switching because they're bigger than most teams. So if you've got some pull-up jumpers, you know, guys who can shoot that's to the opponent's benefit.
Now, that was frustrating. Earl Clark was on an isolation against Stevens, and James Johnson said, you go, and he just lost the handle. Here's James Johnson to the rim, to the left, missed it, and batted out by Earl Clark.
It's been one of those days.
Yeah. Now, it's funny, Nancy, DMV, let's go back to that last turnover.
Yeah, he was trying to get that last rhythm dribble. He lost it, and then, you know, it's like pickup game. You get the ball, and you go right to the rim. You don't have to clear it.
Pargo, the scoop on the move for 2.
Yeah, that was just a bad angle recovery. by Clark. You know he's going to the basket. You're not going to beat him where he is, so you got to take a better angle and drop your foot to the rim, and you know where he's going.
McCray shoots a free throw for 2. Pargo, that last basket, he's got 11 now for the Ball Hogs. And talking about DMV Trilogy, Nancy, their 2 losses entering today were against your team in the Triplets, a combined 9-1. Their 2 wins have come against Detroit and Houston, who are a combined 1-7. They'll meet next in our final game. So they're looking for that win against the top team as Parr goes in and out for 4 to kind of solidify their standing right now at 2-2. Earl Clark, finger roll, not there with the left.
Yeah, I think one of the tough losses this season was Miami losing to the Rig Hands.
Yeah.
You know, so they took it out on us. You know, they're 1-3, so they came with extra effort, extra focus. Deshaun Stevens just having himself a game, 15 points.
First tooth.
Unbelievable. You hit him. Wow.
I was gone, so I've got an alibi.
What's a tooth worth these days?
So we're texting about that. Like, my wife's like, I mean, what do we do? I'm like, $2? She goes, you can't just give him 2. I'm like, 5?
No.
Do not give him like, I feel like some
20.
people give him 20.
Give him 20.
You give him 20?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Inflation.
He is.
Gas is higher right
he's
now.
He's a 6-year-old master negotiator.
Yeah.
He'll be at 50 by the 3rd tooth.
Better go into that 529.
well, there's a, you know, we're trying. I don't know what it's going to lead to in 20 years, but
hey, when Tim and I split the 529, when TJ got a scholarship to college, we were high-fiving it. People are like, "You guys are divorced." No, we're great friends, and now we get to split the 529. It was great.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It solidified our friendship.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So now.
Okay.
And then he got a scholarship to Niagara and Richmond.
Niagara, and he got about $500,000 in scholarships. Wow. So when he wants something.
My first season of the Big 3 for free, so that $20 is a lot. Oh.
That's funny. O'Shea, can you hear me? Can he hear me? How's Larry?
Oh, man, a menace.
Did he get his beak shaved?
yeah, he's all good.
I mean, I care.
Yeah, I'll show you a video.
Thank you. Yeah, he's great. He just gets into your body.
What's up? You good?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah, man. You got this down. Cool.
Okay, gotcha.
What do you have at halftime? 4, okay. Seven of his 11 this half, Nancy, for Jeremy Pargo.
All right, he's going to pull up. If you sit back, he's going to hit that. That's his 4th of the year. You pull up on him and you run somebody to the rim. Watch this. See how he gets into the body right there of McCray and backs him off? He needs time and space, and he's so good at creating that. He's a tremendous passer. He can get to the rim. He can actually play on all levels. So many people enjoy, playing ball with him.
He is first in scoring in the league entering today. As Clark hits from 20 feet away, he was tied for second in assists entering the day, first in threes, first in fours. I mean, he really does it all.
He does. His scoring is so important for this team.
Skips back, and I think McCray just in the wrong place at the wrong time on that little spin back by Pargo, who shoots a free throw. Nope. Bringing the fire, Steven Jackson. It's McCray will guard Jeremy Pargo, trying to stop him here.
Yeah, I love this rule. I love the bring the fire. I love the one foul shot. The NBA just adopted our rules, and they're playing with it. I think in summer league or in the G League, one foul shot for two. You got to make your own rules up.
Moves the game along, puts pressure on players in key moments.
Yes.
Pargo fakes, spins, fades away, and gets it to go. So the offense wins. Bring the fire.
Because he's the master of creating space. Because he's so low and so powerful that he doesn't even have to extend his arm. And he uses that little one-leg Dirk shot. You can't pick your dribble up.
And knocked out.
Yeah, he was looking to try and hit Earl Clark on the dive, but he picked his dribble up, James, too early.
It stays with DMV Trilogy, down 18 though. Targets to the rim against Miller, missed it. It's been an off day for everyone for Trilogy. Pargo backs down McCray, gets in deep. Air ball, Clark the easy cleanup for Trilogy.
Yeah, that was good defense right there, certainly by McCray. Even though he was getting bumped, he stayed down. You always want to be the second one off the floor.
Pargo, pull up for three. James Johnson against Pargo, big against small. Lost it, but knocked out last by Boston with 6 on the 14.
If you have the ball in the corner and you're someone who drives, if you drive to the basket and you pull a defender from up top down,
it's been at least 6 years
the
now.
pass, your teammate has to drift or lift to the top of the key for a shot.
Jax wants consistency. Violation on DMV, 14-second violation. And they're just a little out of sorts, and we saw that early on.
Yeah, they are. And if you pull the chair, like you lay up against somebody who's, bigger than you, and then you release. And if you're not on balance, you fall down.
There's Carlin Green. That's short.
Garland might be the best player in the league at missing a shot. The minute he shoots it, he sprints. He follows his shot. Every kid watching basketball, that's that multiple efforts that we love to have.
I mean, he's played with Stevens. He's played with Pargo. Clark the block. McCray sizing up Pargo. In and out. Green will sprint to the spot. Did he clear it? He did. Nope, he did not. Here's Pargo lingering for 4. Tries for 2. No, but he'll shoot a free throw for 2 points.
I don't see any reaction out of his brother. Can you imagine these guys battling?
Oh, man.
Just battling forever as kids, and the love and respect that they have for each other. And you said Halliburton was here, the other day with DeRozan, and at the last game we had a chance to visit with one another. It's just great that so many of the players, the coaches come out. And look at him. He thinks he's coaching now. He can't even enjoy the game because he has such a great basketball IQ.
Now, rave reviews out of those from Indiana. You mentioned Rick Carlisle. I mean, 2 brothers, both reached high level of college as Jeremy spins and scoops it in, and some words for some associates in the crowd. He knows everybody. It's his city. Yeah, it's point game for Boston. Clark pull up for three. That no good. Rebound. Batted around. Jalen Johnson gets in there. How about Jeremy Parker, though? 15 of the ball hogs last 17. Cole Clark straight on three. Won't go, and the loose ball snatched again by Johnson. Lets it fly. Way short. And out of bounds to Boston.
Yeah, that was. I really like to get a shot in for this game, and his feet weren't set. And Pargo was kind of talking to Lance when he made that drive. But you're right. So many players kind of jaw and love to do that with one another.
Yep.
It's showtime.
The Boston Ball Hogs, Nancy, if they can close this out, they're 3 points away, would be their first ever 3-game winning streak.
Which is a surprise to me because they've been such a great team, but they'll take it. And, we just had a commercial for Panini. I think it's fantastic that Panini has partnered with the BIG3 to have a trading card. So many of these guys are going to have a card. There's something to be said for it. I'm with Panini. I just found out the other day that Cube has a deal with Panini.
Wow.
I get just thousands of people sending me cards and I sign them. I never take it for granted.
Yeah.
And so many of these BIG3 guys are now going to have a Panini card for fans to sign. It's one of the cool things you can do in your career.
It's such a connection.
Yes.
Point game for the Ball Hogs. Pargo fades and hits. He's got 19 and 15 since the break.
He just knows. You just know when you have a mismatch, and it's not only by size.
Earl Clark short. Rebound. Jalen Johnson flying in. Carlin Crean picks him up. Tough shot. And a late whistle, but he'll shoot a free throw for two. But hold on. Gary Payton was walking. He said, my team's up 22.
I'm not bringing the fire.
No.
Because you're prolonging the game. Gary's amazing. They have a street in his name now, which is so cool.
Wow.
He was there. I'm going to go to his golf tournament in the end of August, I believe. And it's so exciting to see everything that's happening for this guy. He's such a great man, Hall of Famer, dad, friend.
Real advocate for this league. A coach, was at Lincoln Division II a few years ago. Jeremy Pargo, stutter step, drives to the rim and wins it. Hometown kid back in the Windy City, and the game winner for the Ball Hogs from Jeremy Pargo.
The Hezzy does it all the time. You drive, you stop, it makes the defender stop, and then Pargo accelerates, and it's game.
There it is.
Look at that. Eyes on the rim. Kids, you make layups with your eyes, and he was staring at the box, that white box above the screen. That's your angle.
21 points. He's with O'Shea.
Go! Hey, grab my brother. Tell my brother, come here. He's calling his brother, man. He's feeling at home right now. And you say Shot City, man, talk about today's game. You're cutting him up. Footwork of a big, but as a guard, how are you feeling?
This guy, it's because of him. Being able to play in Chicago and have him sit courtside and see me play, I don't think we've ever experienced that before. So that's an honor to have my brother here, other than playing with him. So, he had a lot to do with what's going on today.
I got to ask you what led to this season, you playing that all-star form. Obviously, you were on Detroit last season. They chose to go in a different direction. And now you're playing like this. Do you have a chip on your shoulder because of the way things may have ended there?
All glory to God. I don't really care about what goes on there. I'm here in this situation. They over there. It is what it is.
Janelle, when you see your brother still playing at a high level right there, man, you get to see him. You know what he's been through, man. What does it mean to you as the big brother?
It means a lot, man. To be able to play at this age at a really high level says a lot about his upkeep, his dedication to the game, to his body, and just refreshing to see him still out here playing.
We tried to double team him because that's the only way to stop you, but he brought his brother, man. It's a home good feeling right now.
I do want to put a little pressure on you. I said I was going to put some pressure on you, right? I want the people out there to know that I'm trying to get him to watch my movie and he ain't watched it yet.
I mean, I watched it tonight.
I never told him. But check out the final play.
Thank you. Oh, my goodness.
Check out the final play.
Where's my dad, bro?
He knows. He knows. He knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Pargo, Janelle Pargo. Back to you guys. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. My bad.
He's got some homework to do this week, O'Shea.
We got to all watch the movie, but here we go. As week 5 is coming to a conclusion, one more game, but Triplets, our power ball hogs have put themselves in a great position now. Top 4 go to the playoffs in Dallas on the 15th of August.
And I'll tell you what, Houston, after beating Miami last week, they've got a game coming up against Detroit. They got a chance to join 3 other 2-win teams. Massive opportunity after this one. But the Ball Hogs win it. Pargo, the game winner, and 21 in Chicago. You got the rundown. What are we doing in between? Just tickets. Okay. Okay. Do you want to do...
when are we coming back?
Are we on camera or off camera?
Okay.
Oh, cool. What did I say, Hyde Park? Okay. Stars. And then social, or are we just going to break? Okay, bud. Do you want to take a break? I could probably do this on my own if you need it. Okay, cool. All right. I'll do that. Big 3 fans, check out an all-new collection of apparel at store.big3.com. 8 cities, 1 league official Big 3 merch out now. Great Big 3 jerseys, and of course, Derrick Rose, the legend from Inglewood in Chicago. 3 games down. First 2 on CBS, the last on Fubo TV. Miami, a much-needed victory to stay alive in the playoff race. The triplets, record-breaking game, 42 for Montrezl Harrell. Most ever by a Big 3 player. He broke the record with ease. And Boston winner. Here are your stars of the day, but Trez certainly standing all alone, Nancy.
Well, his team is undefeated. He was really ridiculously unstoppable. You know, you're going up against NBA level guys who have played in Europe that are incredible, and you put 42 on them. It's almost hard to imagine.
Yeah.
But he was just getting his points in so many different ways. Fargo was electric, and unfortunately for me, my friend Beasley had 27.
Yeah, well, you might get him back. Playoffs are to come. You got time. Follow Big 3 basketball all across social media, including Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. 3 games down, the final one between Houston and Detroit coming up from beautiful Chicago. Look at Lake Michigan on this summer Sunday. What's up? I was going to, but I got canceled. So they rebooked me tomorrow at 10:30, Delta did. But I moved up to a 7 on United, and I'm trying to find a flight out tonight, so we'll see. But I'm going to, knock on wood, hopefully get one. So we'll see. But at least 7 a.m. is not too late. You'll get back pretty early. What time's your flight? What time's your flight? Okay, so that's plenty of time to get over here. Oh my God. It's, it makes such a difference to get out that night, you know. Okay. Okay. So. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Macman. Cool. Week number 5 in Chicago. Nancy, you ever been on the Chicago Architecture Tour? One of the best things to do in the Windy City.
I have not, but I did go on. I love Chicago, so I got, when TJ was little, I got a bicycle built for 2.
Wow.
And we're pedaling around the waterfront, and I looked over and I go, pedal.
All right, iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of Big 3 basketball. Download the free iHeartRadio app today for your favorite music, podcast, and Big 3 play-by-play coverage. Wintrust Arena, home to DePaul basketball, the Chicago Sky near South Side for week 5. And it just shows you, Nancy, every week is so important. You get off to a slow start, you get to week 5, and there's some must wins. And some teams have risen to the occasion with their opportunities here today.
Well, certainly Miami did. That was a huge win for them today. And, you know, in this game right here, the Amps are 0-4. And the Rig Hands had a huge win against Miami a week ago. So you never know when somebody's going to, you know, get their unit together and they're going to learn how to work with each other.
Detroit, some close defeats, but Isaiah Austin and the Rig Hands, huge down the stretch in beating Miami last week. Jonathan Simmons as well. Getting ready for this final game, Houston and Detroit, next on Fubo TV. So I'll get you to this this pretty quickly. The last week.
Okay.
One of them has.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
You know, I thought when we had the draft that Houston was going to be quite a team.
Be better, yeah. Cool. Awesome. Okay. Awesome. All right, guys, home stretch.
Got it.
Along the river in Chicago, getting ready for our final game today in the Big Three's 5th week. Detroit Amps and Houston Rig Hands from Wintrust Arena. Detroit still winless. The Rig Hands off their first win last week against Miami, trying to make it 2 straight today in the Windy City. And so great to be back with you. Ed Cohen with Lady Magic, Hall of Famer Nancy Lieberman, Chris O'Shea are on the sidelines. Houston last week, sometimes the best teams, the skilled teams, it takes some time and they win when you least expect it. But that was the case. What a win for Houston last week against the defending champions in Miami.
It was absolutely an epic win for Houston a week ago against a great Miami team, a defending champion. they just kept coming at them. You know, Jonathan Simmons and Murphy and Isaiah Austin, they played great defense. They got the win, and they needed this for Coach Calvin Murphy.
So Austin with the game winner. He had Simmons with 7 assists, most he's ever had in the Big Three. But they've got a guy who can beat you off the dribble and score at will. Nasir Kaur didn't have the biggest game, but when he gets going, look out.
Well, I mean, Kaur is so good. He's one of the top scorers in the league. He can take you off the dribble. If you hands down, he's going to hit the shot. And besides Jeremy Pargo, he's one of the other guys in the league who shoots 4-point shots. Corey Brewer, man, he's been unbelievable. This guy has coached in the NBA last year. He coached the Pelicans at Summer League. He used to play for the Rig Hands. So rosters have changed, but Corey Brewer is the staple here. He leads the league in rebounding, too.
Great citizen, great winner in college with Florida with back-to-back titles, in the NBA with Dallas, and in the Big Three with Bivouac a few years ago. So as we get ready for this one, another former champion, Rick Mahorn, is with Chris Haynes.
Coach Mahorn, coach of the Detroit squad. Obviously, the season hasn't gone the way that you planned. You're mixing things up. You're trying things out. What is your message to this team to finish the season out strong?
You got to win the first game, and when you win your first game, anything can happen. In this league, you got teams that are 1-4. We could be 1-4 as well. So what it is, just come play and play the game and win.
Hey, Coach, your expertise in swag. So with that being said, how you feeling my suit tonight?
Your fit is tight, baby. Tight. All right, looking good. Maybe O'Shea could get some.
I'll let him know. Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys. Always equipped from Rick Mahorn, right? And there's the pocket rocket, Calvin Murphy, a second year leading the Houston Rig Hands.
What a career he had. We've known each other since we were young, but yeah. I mean, check out the lineups here. When you look at Corey Brewer, but they just picked up Chris Johnson and Henry Sims, you know, and then obviously Murphy, Simmons. They've got a nice team, but you have to remember the Amps did not know that Joe Johnson, ISO Johnson, was not going to be a part of this team until like a week before the draft. That's pretty devastating news.
It's a killer. After he was so good the first 2 weeks last year, obviously a difficult knee injury, could not continue. And you think, hey, he'll be ready, but surgery, knee injuries, you just don't know.
Joe was the ultimate professional, won a title. I think he was 2 or 3 times MVP of this league. He was pretty much unstoppable.
Isaiah Austin gives Houston a 2-0 start. So Brewer with Dante Green and Nasir Kaur for Detroit. Kaur lets it fly into 3 and misses short. Simmons bats it up. So Simmons, Vance Jackson, and Austin. Vance Jackson off glass, banks it in for 3.
I think he'll take it.
Yes.
No matter how it goes in.
He played in the G League with the San Diego Clippers 11 games this past season. Dante Green now won't go. Rebound to Austin. And Simmons did it all last week.
Well, you talk about him playing with the Clippers. Their head coach in the G League team is Darnell Jackson, who's on the bench. He played for me. Everybody played for me. But he's on the bench with the Amps.
D-block. I love the Detroit contingent because you've got Darnell Jackson, obviously Rick Mahorn, and George Gervin is the GM, and he is here as well in the Chicago area for the games this week.
Well, it's great ownership, and great ownership wants to build championship teams. They treat these guys as if they're NBA guys, which is the way it should be. So I have a lot of, a lot of heart for what they've done with their team, even though they're 0-4.
Yeah, reach in for Simmons. And the Big Three is in Detroit in a couple of days on Thursday. Then the last 3 weeks of the season, there'll be games at 2 sites. So 2 in Detroit coming up, and then 2 over the weekend in Houston. And they'll do that for weeks 7 and 8 as well. So you've got double headers in these cities, but it gives the owners and the fan bases a chance to host another round of games, which is great.
Which is so important because a couple years ago we went to location-based model.
Yeah.
So now you have teams in Miami, you have teams in LA, in Houston, and in Detroit. Those owners deserve to have, as to your point, an extra game for their fan base.
7-0 start for Houston. As for the Amplifiers of Detroit, losers of their last 6. Last year got off to a great start and really, to their credit, played well without ISO Joe, but it caught up to them at the end. And then this year, some close losses. I mean, you experienced it, a near comeback against Power week 3, but they have just not been able to get over the hump.
You got to have that guy who can just seal the deal. And again, he's gone. ISO Joe is not on their team, so Corey Brewer can't do it by himself. And, Nazir Kaur is a heck of a basketball player, and he can get any shot at any time, but you got to have at least 3.
The turnaround in H-Town. By the way, I love the Oilers colors, right? Like, brings you back to Warren Moon and Earl Campbell. But 50 points against Miami. They had obviously been struggling to score before that, and they really rose to the occasion and snapped the longest losing streak in the league's history, which was 10 games.
Well, they did it with defense. They did it with boxing out, having great rebounding and not giving, second shots to Miami.
Yeah, Brewer's going to go to the line for a 2-point shot. Mention his winning pedigree. Corey Brewer from Portland, Tennessee, assistant with the Pelicans this past year. And it's worth noting Greg Monroe,
yes.
Jody Meeks, so a couple of big 3 guys.
Leandro Barboza,
yep.
I think he's with Portland, I believe. Oh, Sacramento.
Mike Brown took him there, and then he was held on, which is always great when they retain you. Vance Jackson creates space and knocked out of bounds by Henry Sims for Detroit.
Yeah, that's a pickup. Henry's only played a couple games, and he obviously, you can see, he's big and he's strong, and he's just trying to give his team anything that they can get.
Saved by Chris Johnson, taken by Houston. Austin inside against Sims. He'll have a chance at 3.
Yeah, they're so good, the Amps, at getting a rebound, kicking it out right here. Look at this. Bam. You clear. You have to clear. Isaiah Austin cleared. Now, there's nothing you can do defensively.
A former #1 pick in the Big 3 draft, Isaiah Austin, a champion with the enemies. Simmons spinorama and finishes, and he wanted an N1.
Yeah, he is one of the most elite offensive players in the league, always near the top in scoring.
11-2 start for the Rig Hands. Johnson short in a 3. Was signed last week. Sims gets it back, drives on Jackson, and will shoot a free throw for 2.
Look at this drive right here by Jonathan. Corey likes to cut you off. If you cut you off, you spin, you pin, and you finish at the rim, and that's exactly what Jonathan Simmons did. Pretty impressive by Henry Sims to take it off the dribble, right? All the way to the rim.
Simmons launches. Rebound to Brewer. Let's see if Detroit can get going right now. Brewer puts it in his hands, misses the long 2. Simmons last week, 7 assists. Austin with 5 assists, and they led them in scoring. I mean, they got a lot of balance across the board as Austin is fouled again.
They got a lot of height on the Amps across the board. They got 6'11", 6'11", 6'9", and now Coach Mahorn is going to go to a more traditional lineup here, bringing in Core and Dante. Dante's been a staple, Dante Green, of this league. You know, I always wondered why nobody picked up Chris Johnson.
Yeah.
He is so good. He's always in shape. And Detroit finally said, you know what, we need some people, and they brought Chris Johnson to their team.
I mean, he played the NBA, but more importantly, he's played for the Triplets, the Ghost Ballers, the Ball Hogs, and he has a patented move. I mean, you put him in the pick and roll, and he just, you lob it up. Nancy, he soars through the air from some pretty long distances.
Yeah, he's got long arms, and then if somebody penetrates and draws his defender, he loves shooting threes from the top.
Third in blocks, all-time at LSU. For a while was second to Shaquille O'Neal. And he actually returned to play this year in New Zealand. He had been off for 3-4 years. He's got a young family, but he returned to play down the stretch in Auckland, 14 games this year. And then he signs on with Detroit midway point of this season. And he's playing in his second game right now.
You know, that graphic, I don't know if we can throw that graphic up again with Chris Johnson. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
What he did, and we're rattling off Shaquille O'Neal, the Hall of Famer's name.
Yeah.
And to be in that category of great players, thank you. But that's unbelievable right there. Shaq, give up the ball.
I mean,
I have to call him.
Shaq, when you see 412 in 3 seasons.
And we said he only dunked the ball. I don't know.
I mean, 3 seasons in the SEC. Wow. But this guy can do it in this league and in the NBA too. CJ and his team down 13-6 here in Chicago. The Rickhands, they lead it, but Core is starting to get going for the Amps. Back to Chicago right after this. Okay, cool. George Blaha, the announcer. Yeah. Oh, the best. The best. I think I'm going to get out tonight.
Oh, that would be great if you can.
Yeah, I'm at 9:30, but it's like, we just want to get out of here. You know, it's wake up to the chaos versus it's been a long weekend for them. Wow. In extra time.
Wow. 1 minute.
Yeah. All right, Nancy Lieberman from Far Rockaway in Queens. What do you think of Chicago deep dish pizza?
Okay, I'm a traditional Joe's Original Pizza in New York, but I've had deep dish, and it is so delicious. I wouldn't give it back.
You can like both. How about this guy? Mixing it up with AC Green and James Worthy in the finals. Got some Hall of Famers in there, including Coop with the high socks on your left.
Yeah.
The baddest bad boy of them all, coaching Detroit, and it's just so great to have Rick back on the sidelines in the league.
He looks fantastic. He's getting his health back. He's lost probably 50 pounds, had surgery on his back, and we just love Rick Mahorn. That man's been so good to me when I was coaching in Detroit, my first coaching job back in 1998. He and the guys with the Pistons were just fantastic in helping me.
Yeah, it's worth noting you with the Shock, and obviously Rick later with Bill Lambier were coaches for the Shock. Rick was an assistant, he later became head coach, and he's coached at a lot of different levels, and he was the first champion. You were second, he was in 17, and then Power won in Brooklyn on Katina Mobley's game winner.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a winner in every sense of the game, and he'll tell you his greatest accomplishment is he's a grandpa. And every time I see him, let me see the pictures, and he's just, you know, this bad boy is a lover, just a lover of his kiddos.
And if he's not cursing at you, you're not his friend.
Hey, when I played in WNBA at 50 for Detroit with Lambier and him, they treated me like gold. I know why players are so loyal to Lambier and Mahorn, because you feel so protected.
Yeah.
But when you play against them, you don't like them because they're menacing.
Right. That was the time. That was the era. And they were not exactly the Celtics and Lakers. They kind of broke it up for everybody and made it interesting.
And you know the good news? A lot of those players are playing right here, right? And the coaches, look at the coaches. We're all part of that era of the W or the NBA. They came here to the Big Three. You've extended our careers. You've given us a new platform. You've given us new rules, like bring the fire. I love this thing.
Simmons against Core. Jonathan Simmons spins and finishes. They said, too small in this year, too small.
Yeah, they're usually like, I got a baby. But this is just beautiful understanding of who you are guarding. You spin, and you push him almost under the rim, and you just finish. Jonathan Simmons, the ultimate professional.
Fifth Big Three season for Simmons. Core steps, fires, and misses the three. A rebound ripped down by Simmons. Kevin Murphy for a wide open Simmons. Almost got the bounce. Rebound Chris Johnson. Over to O'Shea Jackson Jr. with more.
Check. Can you hear me?
O'Shea, we got you.
Hey. Yeah, I heard the WNBA talking. I just wanted to make sure that I paid my respects to my favorite WNBA player. You know, there's been 3 players in the history of basketball that have won Rookie of the Year and MVP same year. Wes Unseld, Wilt Chamberlain, and the Candace Parker. End of list. So I got to give a shout out to Candace Parker.
So Candace is going into the Basketball Hall of Fame. She's one of the all-time greats. She, what she did at Tennessee for Pat Summitt and what she's done in professional basketball. And she's one of the kindest people you will ever know. She's a great mom. She's a great wife. I love her. Back when the Sparks won in 2016, I went to Candace Parker's house to celebrate with the team, and it was the first time I had been surrounded by ladies that were 6'2" and over, and I felt so safe, Nancy. I felt like nothing could happen to me in that kitchen. But Candace Parker's been such a great piece of basketball history, and I'm hearing about the physicality of the WNBA now. Where were they when my GOAT in her rookie year got into a full-on fight in Detroit?
That's right.
All right. I've been watching the WNBA for a long time, and I've seen way worse than what's going on today.
Wait, you brought up that fight between the Sparks and Detroit?
Yeah, Mahorn.
He was right there.
I was at Six Flags over Texas for TJ's birthday. After the game, I got the call from Bill Lambier because so many players were suspended. That's when I played at 50 in the WNBA.
Wow.
Yep.
So way to bring that full moment together. And it was pretty unbelievable. And I loved playing for Mahorn and for Lambier, but that was physical.
Yeah.
That fight was no joke. It wasn't like slap fight. It was punch fight.
Real deal.
Yes.
Obviously, Lisa Leslie was a coach in this league, was involved in that.
Lisa wasn't throwing punches.
No.
Lisa was fixing her hair.
There you go.
No.
I will say this, I mean, you look at the banners here, and we got a shot from our great crew with Murph and Eric Spitzer in the truck. But Candace Parker played 2 years here with the Sky, but won a title in 2021. She's from Chicago, and obviously
Naperville.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, it's just local legend, and to win a title here, massive. And then Allie Quigley,
Thanks,
who played
Derek Fisher
for DePaul and then was a star with the Sky and played here for so long, great three-point shooter. So you've got two local legends and Sky legends whose numbers hang in the rafters at Wintrust Arena.
Thank you guys for acknowledging the greatness of the WNBA. I really appreciate that. 30 years later, they're getting paid. Virtually everybody in the league now is a millionaire on this new collective bargaining agreement. And they're paid pioneers. I was an unpaid pioneer. I had to make my money the hard way.
You know, it speaks to the Big Three. You know, it's a celebration of basketball. It's obviously its own league with its own rules, its own trend-setting style. As Johnson blows by and slams it down for Detroit, but in many ways bringing people like you and others from the NBA who've helped this game grow and have been pioneers. It allows us all to kind of appreciate the game of basketball on so many levels.
Well, it has. And, you know, again, I mean, Nazir Kaur was not in the league 4 years ago or so. He was playing one-on-one pickup games, making money playing and beating people one-on-one. He comes to the combine and people see him because he can play in this league.
Brewer, no, but he's fouled by Austin. He'll get a shot for two. And Austin saying it was clean. He's saying, bring the fire, Calvin Murphy. This will be fun. Small against big, Brewer against Austin.
Well, kind of small. 6'9" against 7 foot.
You mentioned the league leader in rebounds is Corey Brewer. One dribble, step back, missed it.
If I'm going in bring the fire, I am not going to settle for a jumper. I am going to get to the front of the rim, and I'm going to pump fake you and get into your body, create space. I can make it, I can miss it, but I'm not going to rely just on a jump shot.
It's worth noting as Kevin Murphy goes against Core, steps and banks it in to get us to the break. With Houston leading 26-19, if you get fouled as the offensive player, you get the points as well. A lot of guys are thinking more make the shot, but maybe you need the foul too. Maybe that's another tactic.
It is a strategy.
26-19, Houston trying to make it 2 straight wins and get themselves right back in the playoff picture in Week 5.
I don't care about that.
Okay, perfect. So score, promo, into play. Is that what you said? Score, promo. Cool. Okay. What does he have? 11 and 7. Wow. Cool. Are we on camera here or? Okay, no, on camera. Cool. Okay, we'll be ready. Either way. Cool. Maybe instead of the scenic and then promo. They might be done. Pretty cool. Yeah, all good, all good. They're going one more time, but don't rush them. And then Austin possibly. Navy Pier in Chicago, great sight for the kids. The Ferris wheel can be scary for the young ones, but it is cool on a beautiful day. Big 3 fans, the 9th winter of the summer is coming to a city near you. Go to big3.com/tickets for all the details. Ed Cohen back with Nancy Lieberman. We have Chris and O'Shea as well, and let's just say the Ricans look like a team that understands they're back in the game if they can close it out here. And what a start for Isaiah Austin. Very efficient, 11 points and 7 rebounds.
Yeah, he's played really great basketball around the rim. He's also been a menace on defense using that 7-foot frame. 11 points, 7 rebounds. Look at him. He knows he has the mismatch. He has beautiful touch around the basket. He's strong. And all he's done is help his team. Him and his teammate Jonathan Simmons are in double figures in scoring.
And coming into your living room, the man from Fresno, went to high school in Arlington, Texas, and then started Baylor. This guy's star today, the star of the day, Montrezl Harrell, 42 points for Chicago, a Big 3 single game record. And in terms of unbreakable records, Nancy, it's first to 50. How do you score more than 42? I don't know.
He was on. He did it in a variety of ways. He wasn't icing out any of his teammates. You know, I can remember being at an Aces game in Las Vegas about 3 years ago, and I saw him. He was just coming off that ACL, and I was recruiting him. I kept saying, we swapped numbers with each other, and then, you know, he would play in other leagues, and then finally he found this league, and obviously he found 42. He's so good. Look at him. Splitting the defense. He's strong. Great footwork. He knows math. 42.
Yep. That's right. The previous record was 37 for Isaiah Briscoe, and by Big 3 standards, because again, you can only score so many points. I mean, he shattered it down the stretch.
And then the last one he hit from the left side corner was unbelievable.
Yeah. And he puts on a show. I mean, you see him shaking hands with announcers, with fans. He understands, I think, the value of, I'm on center stage, we're playing winning basketball, and let's add a little flair to it, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Well, we love having him in this league for all those said reasons, and he is a basketball junkie. He's always playing. I mean, if he can play, what is it, the TBT league, if he can play in other leagues, he just wants the ball.
He's a national champion at Louisville, played for Rick Pitino, and then in the NBA, a 6th man of the year with those Clipper teams that were so close, they just couldn't stay healthy at once. And I remember as Johnson goes to work against Simmons, and he is fouled on the back down. You know, Lou Williams is a guy, I think Ice Cube has talked about, man, he would have been a dream get for the Big Three. But off the bench, you had him and Harrell on a great team, and they won back-to-back 6th Man of the Year awards.
Yeah, I mean, those two guys would have been ridiculous in this league. And then you teach young players it's okay to be the 6th player.
Yeah.
It's okay not to start, and they understand it's all part of winning and the teamwork.
Looking our way. Jackson snuck in there trying to fight Green off on the loose ball.
Yeah, that was about 400 pounds coming at the fans.
We should thank Jonathan Simmons there, you and I. That was a missed tip away from coming right at us.
You know, I want to say something about Montrez. I obviously knew him from playing in the league, but TJ was playing with the Cap City Go-Go.
Okay.
And I'm in the building one day watching the G League, and he's just sitting like he is right now, right there under the bucket, and there's a timeout. He walks over to TJ, and he puts his arm over him, and he's just teaching, imparting wisdom, helping him. And when I saw him in Las Vegas, I said, I want to thank you for you being such a great role model to my son. This is what these guys do, right, O'Shea? Isn't that what we have to do?
Absolutely, and you know, just to speak about what you were saying about being the 6th man, it's way different being in between the lines, starting a game, and us as fans, we sit back on our couches and we're like, oh, why can't they see that all they need to do is this? That is what the 6th man is for. Sitting there, being able to assess the game from the outside, hear what the coach wants and needs, and be able to attack that other team's bench. The 6th man is one of the most important positions in basketball and should be treated as such.
No, I agree 100%. You know, every player has a role on this team, whether it's in practice, whether it's, you know, pushing somebody to be better. Okay, we're actually lucky nobody got hurt here, but it looks like it went off Dante's finger last. And if not, I'll get my contacts.
No, it's so close. Contacts, LASIK, magnifying glass.
After review, the ball was last touched by Detroit. It'll be Houston's ball in the baseline with 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Okay, O'Shea.
She's got the vision. She's Lady Magic, folks.
I mean,
and it was peripheral. You would have had buckets if you played with me.
Oh, the outfit didn't blind you.
What is that, velvet?
Velvet.
When you can pull it off, and he's done that for decades.
Finish that sentence, O'Shea.
What is that, Phil?
Velvet, damn it. Oh, we watch the same movies.
Oh, man. I wish I had the bravery to pull an outfit off like that.
There's time. You never know. Next week.
Right, you never know what to expect here at the Big Three.
Isaiah Austin over Chris Johnson. Couldn't get the touch. Detroit hanging in down 5.
Now,
Core.
Yeah, you're getting into a short clock now, so you really have to, you know, take that shot.
Vance Jackson. Simmons directing the offense. Steps, finds Austin who can shoot it. And tapped out, but Simmons reads it. Jackson catches, fires, No, rims out.
You know, I look at Dante Green. He's slimmed down. He's gotten better shape, and he's been such an asset to this team because he can score, and he's got so much experience.
Was great with the killer threes, those session teams, Josh Powell. I mean, he was in the MVP conversation a number of years.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Nasir Kaur for three, and that's what he does best. He has 9 points now. It's a 2-point game.
Little pin down here, pin down into screen roll.
Jackson fakes from 18, no. Austin, big rebound. Simmons knocked away, and a late whistle, and he was going up, says Yvonne Zakarian. Free throw for 2 for Simmons.
Look at Nasir. He's seeing, and what happens is because he looked off to the big on the block, Isaiah relaxed and brought his hands down, so then he shoots it. Your hands down, you go up.
There's been a calmness and a focus to Detroit this half. The 7-2 run to begin this half. As Simmons misses, rebound Brewer. They're fighting for their first win. Right now down by 2, 28-26. Brewer against the bigger Austin. Will dump it down for Johnson. Fires and hits.
He's got such a beautiful shot, and you know, your pickup is paying off for you. 13 points, 15 points, I believe, 10 rebounds.
He's made 7 shots already, Nancy. Green strips Murphy. Green inside, no, Murphy the cleanup as he missed the rim and he scores.
That's the good and the bad about you get a steal, but you get under the basket, and if you're off balance and your shot is short, it's a problem.
Air balls to 3 and Simmons lays it in. That's 4 points right there.
Yes, 4 points off shots that you really didn't need because you don't want to lose the momentum.
32-28 Houston. Brewer gets it back, lines it up, hits the 3 for Detroit.
Well, it's a 1-point game right now. The Amps are fighting so hard. They really pushed the boulder up the hill when they were down. I think it was double figures.
And Austin on the reach-in will shoot a free throw for 2.
That was actually a really good foul because he could have dunked that. That would have been easy. Isaiah Austin, basketball coach now. I love when guys, you know,
oh, it's awesome,
play the game, and now they become coaches like Isaiah and Corey and D-Block, and then I go back to them and say, do you see the game the same way? Nope.
Wow. And they stay in shape too. Their coaching, which is, depending on who your boss is, it's a lot of man hours. They wanted a goaltend there on Austin. Sim gets the rebound, blocked again. Third chance Core, that's good enough foul, so it works out in the end. Sim saying I was denied twice on a potential goaltend, but give Core a chance at 3.
Yeah, that was great defense here. Look at everything that Isaiah does. He catches it just before it comes down. He had just a couple of those, but you be persistent. Look at this right here. Core gets it, pump fake, because you just know what's coming at you.
34 alls to score. Our second tie today, both this half. Murphy, Austin, and Simmons for Houston in black. Murphy drives.
Yes, sir.
Almost got the bounce, but he'll shoot a free throw again for 2 points.
You know, from the time Murph came into the league, he took the league by storm. He had such incredible and has incredible talent, and any team that has him is a better team with him.
Yeah. A former league MVP with the 3-headed Monsters.
Love that name. The names in the Big Three.
Oh, my God.
Three's Company, right?
I love
Killer Threes.
Detroit Amplifiers, the Amps.
Yeah. That's what a perfect name.
Motown. Got a 2-point game in this one. And Core scores. You know, the triplets, the etymology of their name goes back to the Joe Johnson, Gennaro Pargo, and Teddy Gibson. They were the guys at Arkansas back in the day. They formed the team before the city model in 2019. But it's only fitting, I guess, given the three-peats from the Bulls, that the triplets are now Chicago's team.
Right. What you're saying is like with the Dallas Cowboys, the triplets. You know,
works.
Right. You had Troy Aikman, you had Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin. Remember, they call them the triplets. So
that's right.
This league started on guys wanting to play. On my team, the first year, we had Baby Davis. We had Catino Mobley, Corey Maggette, Quentin Richardson, Birdman. They were better than just triplets. They were champions.
No wonder you won the title.
Yes.
Spain won the World Cup.
I saw that.
Cool. Okay, so monster moment, Harrell, possible on camera, and then CJ. Yeah, that's cool. Perfect, perfect. Monster Harrell. No, stop. Come on, you're good. Iceman. No, that's great. That's great. Okay. Yep. Let's take a look at today's monster moments fueled by Mariano's. Back to game 2, Montrezl Harrell, the record-setting performance. Let you go from there.
It's been at 19 and a half. 19 and a half.
Where is
Cool.
Drexler? Have you seen him?
He was here earlier, right? I mean, he was...
He always sits in that last seat.
So at one point, like on this side, came over briefly. Four-time NBA scoring champion. Let's take a look at today's monster moments fueled by Mariano's. Back to game 2 on CBS. Montrezl Harrell, Nancy, a record-setting performance.
He's unbelievable. Look at his feet. He's so nimble for somebody 6'7" or so. He's got so many moves and dance moves. I mean, he's unbelievable. And he's antisocial, if nobody knew this. We just wanted to put it out there.
Speaking of scoring records, a 4-time NBA scoring champion, the master of the finger roll and Detroit's GM, George Gervin, is here in Chicago. Always a pleasure.
More importantly, he's the Naismith class of 96. And you know whose teammate was?
Oh, I think
Nancy Lieberman.
You went into Springfield
in
the first time.
We were always and will always be tied to each other because we were the class of 96.
Who else was with you that year?
Gail Goodrich, George Yardley, the original Bird. Who else did we have? Michael Thompson.
Wow.
Skywalker Thompson.
Now for you, you went in a couple of years ago with your 76 Olympic team from Montreal. And
awesome.
You are the recipient this year of the Ice Cube Impact Award, which, I mean, given your relationship to this league and what Ice Cube has done for 3-on-3 basketball and for a new way to experience the game, I mean, to go in 3 separate times in 3 completely different ways, for you, must be so special.
Well, this might be the most special because I'm going in because of my charity, Nancy Lieberman Charities. We've donated over $20 million to the Black, Brown, and Latino communities. This is really a award of service, you know, above self. And, you know, we've sent 150 high school seniors to college. We've built dream courts, 142 of them around the country, and about 5.5 million kiddos a year play on our dream courts, and we partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America. And that means more to me than anything that I ever could have done on the court. You know, that's what I did, but what I do is service to others. Is the rent you pay for your room here on earth? Muhammad Ali's quote.
Amen.
That's a bad picture. I didn't have a curling iron at that time for makeup.
Well, you won silver.
I was a baller. I was just a baller on the USA team.
Murphy scores. I mean, when you go to Montreal now and you're around Olympic Stadium and you see the big buildings where the Olympic Village was, it's almost frozen in time. I don't know if you've been back, you know, since '76, how often, but it probably still feels like when you go back there, like you were there all those years ago.
Well, Montreal's very important to me because I was 17 years old. I was a high school senior when I made the Olympic team. First Olympics ever for women. 1976, 26, 50 years since we went to the Olympics and won the silver medal. So I think you know, it's very close to my heart, Montreal. But I have not been, you know, the Olympic Stadium was not completed when we marched for the opening ceremonies.
Wow.
But it was beautiful. Everybody in Montreal was great to us.
All right, 42-40, Houston with the lead. There's a lot at stake. If you're Detroit, you're trying for your first win. Johnson missing, Jackson the save, and Simmons puts it in. The Rick Hands by 4. If they win this game, they join a logjam tied for 4th, each with 2 wins, which would be massive down the stretch.
It would be unbelievable. You know, for the Amps, just because you miss a shot, you can't give up on the play because that's a strategy here. They get the ball, they pass it, quick pass, they get a layup. Now you're down 4 instead of having a chance, you know, to be tied.
6-0 Houston Spurs. The last win for Detroit. Cincinnati, back to last year. You had Pargo, you had your guy now, Bino Smith. Yep. Houston got in the mix, and they held on to beat the LA Riot.
Yeah, that was stuff, you know, we talked about with Joe, and so then they bring Bino Smith, who's an unbelievable young player. And his first game, he had 26 points. And when we lost Millsap with Power because he chose to retire and be with his family, and we really respect him and love him, we decided we were going to go young with that spot. But Bino's going to play for us, and I know it's hard with a young player. You just got to, you know, you got to stay the course.
Yeah. 3 weeks left in the regular season. The playoffs in Dallas, August 15th, and the championship in Charlotte a week later. Brewer hairballs the 3. Jackson alertly tried to get a look, but they'll pull it out.
Yeah, I do think that they could have had a better shot than, you know, it was on a corner split. You want to drive the ball.
Nasir Kaur for 2.
Not him. Thanks, Nazir. No, he's a heck of a shooter. I mean, he just has such a great feel.
Oh, Brewer the steal. Johnson there. Out to Kaur. Drives it. Throws it up. And will shoot a free throw for 2. Nearly got it to go. That would have tied the game.
Yeah, but that's Corey Brewer, who's been Defensive Player of the Year in this league. He baits you. He sits back and lets you think that play is open, and he just darts in there and steals it. Now you get a possession.
Gonna bring the fire. Calvin Murphy. It's Kaur against Vance Jackson.
Good matchup here.
If Kaur scores or is fouled, count the basket. Can Jackson get the stop cleanly? 3 to shoot. Kaur fades away. Hits it. Tie game.
Wow, this is actually pretty cool. Now, both teams have 4 fouls. If you get to 6, you make the shot, you keep the ball, and you take possessions away from the offense, which would have been offense. So now this is a lot of strategy in this league. No more bring the fires. One timeout each. They keep running this corner split just to get a switch and to have Simmons on Kaur.
Punched it away. Kaur gets it back. 2 huge steals for Detroit. Brewer inside. Hangs. Can't finish. Jackson will bring it out for Houston. Isolate Austin with Johnson. Ducks in. Finishes with the left. Point game for Houston.
I mean, Corey Brewer is such a smart guy. I just think he took a shot that was too tough.
Inside, Johnson gets Zeke up, and he's fouled. So a chance at a free throw for 2 for Chris Johnson, which would tie the game if he makes it.
And that's 5 fouls on the rig hand, so 1 more foul on them, and now the Amps would be in the bonus.
Short.
Oops. I know what that feels like.
It's been one of those days. Simmons kicks. Jackson for 3. Knocks it down, and they're 1 point away.
That was such a smart play by Simmons to Jackson. He drove so hard to the basket. Instinctively, as a defender, you're going to just go to the ball handler, and you just put your 3-point shooter in the corner.
Kaur fouled by Simmons. They did not have one to give, up but now at the 46 points.
You don't want to do that because if Kaur makes this shot, they get the basketball back.
Yeah.
So if he makes it, it's 46 with the ball.
You can't burn the fire. They've already done that. 6-team fouls, so they don't get one to give since they're leading. And Kaur rims out. 2 wins it for Houston if they can get there.
Man, you win these games or lose these games on foul shots.
Isaiah Austin bodies into Chris Johnson. Off balance, not there. CJ, 4-point circle, lets it fly. Way off, missed the rim. It's in for Simmons, and the game is over. 10 straight losses for Houston, and now 2 straight wins.
Well, congratulations to the Rig Hands. They played tough down the stretch. Honestly, I'm not sure what Chris Johnson was thinking. You don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, you want to make game-winning plays. I'm not trying to kill him, but that wasn't the best shot. Look at that. And then it air balls, and then they pick it up and they score.
Look at Calvin Murphy. They won their first ever game. They lost a record 10 straight, and now 2 straight wins, and they're right in the thick of things. You have 2 teams, your team included, top 2, Ball Hogs 3-2, and then you've got 4 teams.
2 and 3.
4 through 7 for 1 spot at the moment. Pretty cool. Over to O'Shea.
Zeke, man, coming out here, staying in the fight. What does it take? What do you ask of your team when you're in a must-win situation? It seems like every time.
I mean, man, we all pros, you know what I'm saying? And if we lose, there ain't no playoffs, and we came in this league to win. So every single game, we tell each other in the locker room, man, we got to play hard. You know what I'm saying? We already cut our throat a little bit. We can't let the other team kill us.
It really seemed like in the second half, you decided, hey, I'm the hot hand, willing to take over. Well, what is it? What's the moment that clicks when you can see that happening for you?
I think I just want to play hard, and you know, basketball is a game of swings and runs, and when the ball's going your way, you got to take it and run with it. So that's what I did today, but my team trusted me with it, so I appreciate them for that.
Way to stay with it, way to trust each other. Back to you guys.
Thanks, O'Shea. 19 points for Isaiah Zeke Austin, 13 rebounds, 2 straight wins. We've got a great 3 weeks to go in the regular season. Nancy, the pleasure was mine.
Thank you so much.
What a day in the Windy City for Chris Haynes, O'Shea Jackson Jr., the Hall of Famer Nancy Lieberman, our entire crew. I'm Ed Cohen. Week 5 in the books from Chicago. It was a great one, as we say, so long from the near south side, the Windy City.